Alright guys, welcome back to another video. This is an update to the last video. So we are in Godot 4.1.1. There's some stuff that changed in Godot 3.5 or whatever version I was in before, and it was enough that I felt like I needed to redo this video. Alright, so what's the video about? We're going to be making a chat system here. So you can say, hello, how are you doing? And when you press enter, it puts a little chat up on the screen. Let's make this happen. Alright, so this is what we are going to be doing today. I'm going to go ahead and delete this stuff here so I can start fresh with you guys, and we will do this stuff together here. So first thing you want to do is you want to create a new Godot project. This one's called Godot, or it's called PyCert Godot4. You can call it that, or you can call it whatever you want. Here, let's go ahead and do that. So I'll go to Godot, and what you're going to do is you're going to say new project. You're going to type in the name of your new project, and then you're going to find the correct path. Make sure you're using your S drive or whatever USB you need, or whatever, to not lose your stuff. Alright, so you're going to make sure the project name's correct and your path is correct. I've already done that, so I'm going to just go ahead and open this PyCert up here. Alright, I've got a new scene, nothing in it. Yours might be like this. Go ahead and click 2D, and we're going to do a user interface node. We're going to call this, I don't know, chat system? Hold on. Yeah, alright, so we're going to call this node chat system. Like so. And I want to save this scene for the first time, because right now it's just a unsaved scene. You can see right there at the top, it's unsaved. I need a place to save it, so I'm going to make a folder over here. If you right click in this bottom left part here, you can say new folder, scenes, like that. Now you have a place to save this. So if I hit the play button up here, it's going to say you haven't saved this scene before. So go ahead and go to scenes and hit save. Why is it not capitalizing that C? I don't know why. Chat system. Save. Alright, so we've got our chat system saved. There's nothing in it. Let's go ahead and put this stuff in there. Alright, so some of the stuff that's changed is those new nodes over here. Some of you guys probably won't notice it because you've never done this before, but hey, here we go. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a margin container. I like to call this one full screen. On this, I want to fill up this entire area because this is my entire screen that I want to use. Up at the top middle, it's got a little circle looking guy here. You're going to click on this full rect, just like that. And it's going to fill up that whole area for you. Now, when you put stuff in this full screen, you don't really want stuff to go all the way to the edge. You want it to have a little bit of play out to the side. So they moved this, so we're going to put a margin around the outside. Usually, it used to be like right there, it would say margin. But if you look under theme overrides and constants, you will see margins. Turn all these on and do 10, 10, 10, and 10. So that's going to say 10 from the left, 10 from the top, 10 from the right, and 10 from the bottom. That'll make it where stuff doesn't go all the way to the edge. Alright, now we're going to need an area to hold our chat box. So let's add another margin container, and this one we're going to call it chat area. Alright, you can't really tell where this one's at. I'm going to put this one dead in the center. I think what I do is I'm going to click here. I want it in the center and in the center, like that. So this guy is right in the center, but there's nothing in there yet. So We're also going to want to have a minimum size for this box. We don't want it to be that tiny. We want a minimum size. So let's go over here on layout and you'll see minimum size. So let's do 600 by 450. So there's my chat box. It's in the center, or that's the container that holds my chat stuff. And I set the minimum size to 600 by 450. Alright, now let's add a VBox container. This VBox container stacks things that are inside of it, one on top of the other, kind of like a pancake, like a stack of pancakes. The two things that we need in there are going to be the text edit. So you're going to want to add that, hit the plus sign, go to text edit. And this is going to be the chat area. And then you're going to want to add another thing. You're going to add a line edit. And this is your chat edit. So you'll type your words into the chat edit and it'll appear in the chat area. Now the chat area is not large enough. If you look at the chat area box, it's pretty big, but we're not filling up all of the space. So we want the chat area to expand. So if you'll scroll down to layout and then container sizing, we want it to fill horizontally and vertically, but we also want it to expand. So I'm going to hit this expand button and I'm on the chat area. That's the one that I want it to expand. So now it is using that entire space because I hit expand. Alright, up at the top on the chat area, we don't want people to be able to type in this box without using the bottom chat bar first. So if you, I'll show you what I'm talking about. If I hit play on this, you'll see I have my chat area, but I can just type straight in that. You don't want that. You want to type down here, and then you want the information to get put up there like somebody was, like you're chatting with someone. Alright, so what we want to do is we don't want this area to be editable. We want it to be like a read-only kind of thing. So let's uncheck editable, and what that will do is it'll make it where we can't click in there. But right now we still can't send any words up to the top. So let's see if we can work on that a little bit. We're going to need a script to take control over this stuff and to actually send the information where we want it. So I'm going to hit the plus sign. I'm going to go to this is a script, right? So I want to save this script somewhere that makes sense. I usually make a scripts folder. So let's do that first. Let's go over here and let's say new folder, scripts. And now we can go back to chat system and add a script. And you want to make sure it goes in the correct spot. So I'll hit this folder here and I want to put it in the scripts folder. So it's going in, the chat system is going into the scripts. It says .gd at the end. That means it's a script. So I'll hit create. And I like to name the stuff. So what is this? This is my chat system. Chat system main node. Alright, the two things we're going to be editing here are talking to or using with this page is we're going to be using the chat area and chat edit, so we need to get access to those two nodes. So another change that they've made is whenever you do on ready, you have to say on ready like this, var, and then this will be the chat area. I'm getting access to the chat area, so I'll say get node. The node that I want to get is the chat area, and you'll see it's in full screen. So that might be a problem. No, they're both named chat area, but this is the one I want, the edit, the line edit, text edit. Is this a margin container? Yeah. Okay, so those two names are not wonderful. I might change that one. Let's change this one. That's not a chat. Let's call this container. That's a better name right there. This is the chat area. Okay, so let's say get node, and the node we want to get is the chat area. So that grabs that node right there. We also need the chat edit node. Alright, so to duplicate a line, before you would hold Control and press D. Another change that they made is Control Shift D to duplicate a line. So Control, what is it, CTR? Oh, Control Shift and then D. I like to duplicate lines a lot, so it saves me a little bit of typing here. Okay, we want to get this one. I'm going to use this as my variable, so chat edit. I'm changing that, and then the path to it is basically the same, except for I want to do chat edit like that. All right, so I want to do it like that. All right, we're going to need to. We've got access to our chat area. Now we're going to want to make it where we can send this stuff from chat edit to chat area. To get the text in chat edit, you'll notice over here on the side, like let's click on chat edit, you have some properties that you can manipulate. One of them says text and one of them says placeholder. Placeholder is the stuff that's just automatically there that someone can read. So I'm going to say right here, type your info here, or type your chats here, like that. Alright, so what that does is it gives the person a hint, like, oh, I'm supposed to type my chat here, not up there. So if I click in there, I can say hello, and you'll see it'll erase that chat so they know where to type. And then that information will get stored into text. Let me show you. So we want to edit that text, or we want to get the text and stick it into the chat area. So we'll also need, okay, so let's do, let's say chat area dot text is equal to hello. This needs to be a string. Gamers. So if I want to put some text into the chat area, all I have to say is go to the text and make it equal to this. And on the ready function that plays the first time when you first get the scene going, well, you'll see right there it says hello gamers. Alright, now I can type some extra stuff, but I can't send it up there. Let's do that. So I'll comment this out and I'll say this can add text to chat area. Alright, so we need to get access to a button like pressing enter. So I'm going to say function input, or input event. The input event I'm looking for is if input.isAction just pressed. And you can use UI accept or any of these ones that are automatically here. I discovered that using UI accept gives me some problems because if you press space, it also tries to use it. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go and add another button for ourselves. So let's go to project settings, and then we want to add a new action. The action we want to use is enter, and I'm just going to give that a I'll give that a button. It's just going to be the enter button. So it's got I said add a new action. I'm going to say add, and I'm just going to press enter and it'll pick up what I just clicked. So yeah, just press enter. So enter is now the physical key enter. So I'll say enter. Anytime you press enter, I want to take the chat from chat edit, and if you'll look here, it's got the text, and we want to put it into this text, which is the chat area. So I will say take the chat edit text, actually I want to say take the chat area text, and add, what do I want to add? I want to add the chat edit text. Put text into chat area. I also, okay, let's try that out. Let's see what that does. So if I say hello and I press enter, it says hello, 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 hello. We want it to erase this, and we don't want it to stick it all on the same line. So to erase it, I could say go to the chat edit. So after you add that text, go to the chat edit text and make it empty. That's what that says right there. Clear the old text. And then if you would also like to add a new line, instead of adding just the text, you could say add the text and a new line right there. That will add a new line. So you can say hello. And there you go. It also cleared the text. It looks like pressing enter without anything in there is going to keep adding new lines. Maybe that's something we'll fix. If you want to add your username in there, you could also do that. So you could say Magnus. And here we go. Hello. And now it says Magnus says hello. Alright, that's it for this video. Catch you guys in the next one.